So this is something that kind of bothers me. When you go to an interview, women are asked if you're married, if you have a boyfriend, or if you have kids, or if you plan to have kids. Fighting China.
So today we have a very interesting topic for everyone watching.
Ooh.
To have child or not to have child. So have you heard about the one-child policy in China?
Yes. Digging out my university Chinese history class, the one-child policy was initiated by Deng Xiaoping.
The People's Republic of China was founded in 1949. When the Chinese society was first founded, the government actually was encouraging everyone to have children because we need manpower to build the country up. However,
but then too many children.
Exactly. We quickly realized we don't have enough food for everyone, so it led to a huge famine. In 1979, we introduced one-child policy. For every household, you can only have one kid. And if you have more, you will have a fine.
Because there's this misconception in the West that in China at that time, if you have more than one child, they will take the child from you.
No.
So Deng Xiaoping, his idea was to limit the amount of children you can have. I love Chinese people. I love Chinese men.
I love Chinese men too.
That's a great thing. I can practice Chinese. I can find a boyfriend. I can find a best friend.
In 2016, the Chinese government actually introduced another policy, which is second child policy.
So now China is urging people to have more than one kid.
We have this problem of aging population. I think a lot of countries are having right now.
Japan.
Yeah.
Japan.
So in 2016, January the 1st, so if two parents are both single child, they can have a second child. So after that, we do see an increase in birth rate. However, in 2017, 18, 19, it is still decreasing.
Okay, so the overall trend is still a decrease.
Yeah. Why do you think the birth rate is decreasing even though we introduced second child policy and we also have tax benefits for people who have more children, and also the company are required to give them benefits? So why do you think that even though the policy is favoring having more children, but the birth rate is still declining? What do you think?
So children are expensive.
Yeah, they are.
You have to pay for diapers, you have to send them to school.
It's very expensive to just live by yourself as a single person in a big city, right? And I think for a lot of people, if they're not ready financially, they don't want to, bring out a kid to the world because they want to provide the best for them, right? The best. Education in China is not that expensive, but a lot of parents choose to send their kids abroad for education, which costs a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah, I think it depends on the education. For example, in China, this is a very complex issue.
Yes.
For example, Chinese people, if you're in the rural area, a lot of the parents will come to the cities to work.
Yeah.
However, their children cannot go to school in the cities because they don't have the hukou.
Local residency.
There's this phenomenon happening called 留守儿童.
Yeah.
So these left behind children are left in the villages with their grandparents, and so they grow up in not the most ideal environment while their parents are working to make money in the cities.
Yes.
So, I mean, one child is a lot, and just having two children, especially in this kind of situation, would be quite a lot of responsibility.
Yeah, I think aside from the economic cost, I think the women nowadays are actually more inclined to develop their career.
So this is something that kind of bothers me, but in China, when you go to an interview, women are asked if you're married, if you have a boyfriend, or if you have kids, or if you plan to have kids.
Exactly.
Like, that's crazy.
There's a very famous dancer and choreographer called Yang Liping. You can Google her. She invented like the peacock dance. She's married, but she doesn't have a kid. Of course, she has a very popular social media presence, and she constantly put out content about dancing. Under one of her videos, someone commented, 一个女人最大的失败是没有一个儿女，即使你再美再优秀，都逃不过岁月的摧残.
Okay.
So basically, it means a woman's biggest failure is not having a kid. Doesn't matter how beautiful or how successful you are, you can never escape aging. And that comment, guess how many likes it got? Like tens of thousands.
Really?
Yeah, that comment itself has sparked a very wide debate around, we will call it like reproductive discrimination.
Yeah.
Like, should you be judged if you don't want to
Don't
have a
have
kid?
kids.
Yeah.
You should feel pressured by society to have a child. I think it's quite bizarre to discriminate against somebody because they won't have a child, especially someone who is so talented. What is your take on this issue? Help us out here. We need your voice.